Hello, Narelle and Louise.
Hi, Luis.
Narelle, today, I would like to ask you a few questions about your experience with your knees. You had lots of knee problems, especially, I think, started 1, 2 years ago, and then what
Yes.
you did because you had lots of improvement on your knees. So, would you like to start telling us? And this is the idea about this video is to inspire other people. Because when you started with me, you didn't have any knee problems, and the knee problems came after.
Yes.
Do you mind telling us what happened in the?
Sure. I had a very almost sudden onset of very bad knee pain, first in one knee and then the other. And it was very quick. And suddenly it was hard to walk. It was hard to bend my knees. It it affected my mobility. I didn't move around as much anymore, even in my own house. I couldn't do the work with you that we had been doing. And so for months, I think I had to sit in a chair
Yeah.
and
So
do
when was that? That happened? Do you remember?
it was at it was in early 2020.
All right. So you start working with me, I think 2014, 15.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
theoretically, when we move and we exercise, we should prevent lots of pain, but wasn't the
Yeah,
case. So you had the problem on 2020. That means movement is not the solution for everything. All right. So probably we need to do other things, or some other things in our life can create the knee problems. All right.
sure.
Yeah, and because you could do animal flow, you were doing martial arts, and then you had the pain, and you went. I think you went to the doctor to check what happened.
Yeah, and the doctor said, yeah, not yet, but in a few years, I will do a knee replacement for you. But you're not bad enough yet, and you're too young for a knee replacement because when you have a knee replacement, they only last 10 years. And so they want you to be as old as you can be before you get a knee replacement. But I'm happy now that the doctor said not yet because I don't need a knee replacement.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
able to do other things that have made it much better. And it's been a combination of my work with you. So gradually, um, seeing how much I can do and
yeah, yeah,
building some strength.
yeah. And the
And,
interesting,
yep,
well, I think for people to understand. So when you had the problem, I think for at least 6 months, your training was sitting on the chair the full
yep,
session. You couldn't stand up. The pain was
absolutely.
so bad, you couldn't stand up. It was so bad.
Yeah, it
And
was
then,
really
yeah, yeah, yeah. So tell us, what did you change in your life?
okay. I changed a few things. The constant was you. You were always there, and I kept training with you. But the other things I changed were my diet so that I lost weight, but I also stopped eating things that promote inflammation. So sugar,
Sugar,
no
yeah.
sugar, um,
When you say no
lots,
sugar, is refined sugar or general
yeah,
refined?
um, refined sugar. For a while, I didn't even eat fruit because
Mm.
that was part of my attempt to lose weight. Now I eat fruit, but I don't eat cake or biscuits or lollies or soft drinks or none of those things. I don't eat those. So my diet changed, and that was to lose weight, and I ended up losing 16 kilos, and I'm a little woman, so that was a big difference.
Yeah.
But the way I changed my diet also meant that I was putting better things in my body, and things that don't make it inflamed, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So you
um,
had you were, if I remember, it was you had a nutrition that was helping you with the diet.
I had a dietitian,
And
yeah,
dietitian, yeah.
a dietitian helping me with that, yeah, and that was really helpful, really helpful.
Yeah.
The other thing I did
About
was,
the diet. So
yeah,
you start the diet. Did you when did you go back to the old diet, or you kept with the new habits and the new?
new habits, new
Yeah,
habits.
yeah.
I know now that if something happens and I don't know, I go to a party or a wedding or something and I eat crap, I eat bad food, I feel it the next day. I
Wow.
know that if I drink alcohol, my knees hurt the next day.
Tell me
And
about.
sometimes I do those things, but I know what the
Yeah, and
effect.
the body, the next day, the body tells you, all right, you did, now you
Yeah,
are paying the, yeah. So the
every time.
alcohol, I remember you before you know, as a normal Aussie person, you were drinking alcohol
A
and
little bit, yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit, but also you reduce with when you change the diet. Yeah, you also the alcohol.
I stopped
You
completely.
stopped it completely.
Now I might have one glass here or there
Yeah,
occasionally with friends, but I know that even if I have 2 glasses of wine, I'm going to feel it the next day.
yeah.
Yeah,
And now
yeah,
that the interesting thing is for me is you were aware that okay, the diet is affecting me, the drinking is affecting me. You change, but you didn't go back to the old habits. That's most of people do. They do for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then oh, go back, and then of course the problems come back.
and it's interesting because like particularly for women worry about what they look like and they try to lose weight so they look better, but all of this has been about how I feel. It's and not just my mood, but whether I have pain. So
Mm.
the thing that motivates me is not having pain.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how I look.
Yeah.
It's about how it feels, how my body feels.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been able to stick with it. It's not about vanity or what I see in the mirror. It's about how my body feels.
Yeah. And amazing is you did 6 months training with me on the chair, and we didn't know if you will improve more or not. But you will
Yeah,
improve so much that you can do the matrix again, martial arts again. You are doing the animal flow. You are doing choreographies. You can bend your knees, of course, with limitations because still I
yeah,
have some pain. And you
yep,
lost, but it's amazing for me also the improvements you had in the last year
yeah.
since
And
you did the change. And tell
yeah.
me, yeah, tell me. 'Cause I know the diet and about the gluten, food with gluten. I think also you reduce.
Yeah, I'm not strict about gluten, but I try and avoid it. So I eat gluten-free bread. I use gluten-free flour, because it's also inflammatory. So
Mm-mm.
I keep thinking, what will in what will annoy my inflammatory response? And so
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
keep, and I take turmeric every day.
yep.
Um, I drink ginger tea. I do all those things as well. And it's just now part of my
Habit
life.
is part of your life.
I love
And,
ginger tea.
yeah, and cow milk. About cow milk.
Cow's milk, I've cut that out because somebody suggested that it's bad for your gut. It
Yeah,
um, so I don't have milk. anymore. I drink black coffee, black tea. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, that's great. So diet,
yeah,
we spoke about diet, but also I know you start 1 year ago with also with Kit did more than 1 year Qigong.
yeah.
Can you
About
believe it?
18 months now, Qigong. And that's been really interesting. I don't understand Qigong. I don't understand all the stuff about meridians and Qi and all of that. But what I know is that what I think is that it has made me stronger in some smaller muscles, some postural muscles. So it's contributed to my strength increasing.
Mm-mm-mm.
Um, it has helped me with flexibility. And I also know that, for example, today my body is very sore because I've been moving furniture all day. Um, and and I was complaining to you about being achy. And we just had a great session that really loosened me up. But if we hadn't had a session set for today, I would have done some Qigong movements on my own tonight
Yeah,
to get rid of some of the tension and to get looser. And all I know is that the combination of doing, it's really wonderful actually, the combination of some martial arts work with you and some animal flow with you, which is about strength and about learning about the mechanics of my body and how to move in different ways, and the Qigong, all of those things together, I feel like it deals with everything in
mm-mm-mm.
different ways.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I heard because I did Qigong, I did Tai Chi. It's a similar approach years ago. I did for maybe in total maybe 2 years. I
Yeah.
never did any studies deeply to understand behind the things, but Qigong and Tai Chi has thousands of years. So if they do that for many years, that means, and they use in
Oh,
Chinese medicine that it
yeah.
works. But one of the things they say, and I would like to know your opinion, is when you do Qigong with the right attitude, and they told me it's not, if you're gonna do Qigong to solve a disease, probably you won't solve the disease. So you need to go to Qigong without any expectations, but you need to
Yeah.
be there with the right mindset. And
Yeah.
if you go that, eventually also can improve your health situation. And one of the situation is arthritis and inflammation. Do you
Yeah.
think that this could be another thing that could
Yeah.
have been
I think
helping you?
so. Qigong feels to me like a moving meditation. It's
Mm.
very, and sometimes my mind just, because it's lots of repetitive, gentle, repetitive movements, and it quietens your mind. It makes me very calm. I always
Mm.
sleep very well on the night that I do Qigong. And and it's also about not pushing hard, but and not doing anything that feels painful,
Yeah.
but just stopping where it feels right. And that doesn't mean that you don't push a little sometimes and see if you can do something for longer than you did last time. And when I began Qigong, I could only do half of an hour lesson standing, and I had to sit the rest of the time because the stance is a strong stance and you're using a lot of muscles in your legs. Now I go the whole hour standing.
Yeah.
Is really good. So that's
Interesting.
increased strength.
Mm. And
Mm.
very interesting. Another thing is I would like to talk. I think you assist to Luís Martins Simões talk months ago when he was talking about,
Yeah.
the guy that has one book that, and also is my friend, that's
Yep.
your body doesn't lie. So
Yep.
so everything happens in our body as a message to to show us that we need to change something in our life related with our emotions. So, and
Absolutely.
knee problem. So in general, our muscle bones systems, when you have problem in general, is connect with our self-esteem. Do you think when you were aware of that and you were more, you start to take care of yourself, to be more aware about your self-esteem working that? Do you think could be?
Yeah, I think so. I decided that I deserve to live a good life and to enjoy my life and to do all of the things I want to do, particularly at this stage of my life where I have more time and I have fewer responsibilities. I'm not raising a family anymore. I don't have to work full time anymore. And I began to realize that I deserve to feel good in my body.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I don't have to I don't have to be an old woman, you know? I mean, I am an old woman, but I don't have to feel like one.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a lot of people talk about self-care as if it's a burden, some kind of obligation. But I think it's important to begin to think about it as something you deserve, you
Mm,
know?
mm, mm, mm.
Self-care is, we all deserve it. Um, um,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that's an important attitude.
yeah, yeah. For me, it makes sense because we live in a culture, or in a culture, I think, around the world, that we need to take care of everything, the others,
Yep.
but taking care of ourselves is like being selfish. How you say
Selfish. Yeah.
selfish? Yeah, yeah. And that's
Yeah.
completely no, no, no. If we don't take care of our home, this our body is our first home. He's
Yeah.
gonna take care, and then if you don't take care, he's gonna get sick. And yeah,
Yep. Yep. And anyway, if you are well and you're comfortable and your body's well, moving well, and you're feeling healthy, you're better for everyone else anyway,
that's right.
because
Yeah, yeah,
you do more good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Any, yeah. Thanks for sharing that. Do you have anything else that you think could have contribute for your?
Yeah. I learned a lot, and worked with a physiotherapist who specializes in how we respond to pain. Um,
Mm,
and that helped me, like, mentally, because when we have pain, we automatically go, whoa, stop doing that. Can't move because my body hurts, and so I must stop. But that's not a useful response, because our brains are telling us you can't move at all because it will hurt you, and that's wrong. Everyone knows that it's important to move. And so you need to think about pain a little differently, and to accept that you have some pain, or discomfort, but to move anyway, because not all pain um, means that you are damaging yourself.
mm, mm,
Does
mm.
that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course, yes, yes.
So that helped as well. So sometimes, not so much anymore, because my pain is decreasing still all the time,
Yeah, yeah,
except
yeah.
when I move furniture all day.
Or
Um,
yeah, or eating some, go to a wedding. So
yeah, yeah. But if I'm walking down the street and it's a day when I'm feeling some pain in my legs, I don't kind of stop and go straight home. I think, oh, that's interesting. I have some pain today. Maybe I'll walk a little more slowly. Maybe I'll walk a bit further and the pain might go away. And usually it goes away if I keep
mm, mm.
moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whereas before I would think, oh no, I can't go for a walk because I have
Yeah. Let's go
pain.
home and sit and rest and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
very,
doesn't help.
very interesting. So in
Yeah,
summary, we have your diet. You change the diet. You change the way you drink. You change your mindset about body and pain.
yep,
You the physical. You never stop the physical activities. We adjust, but you have been doing very consistent. You never miss 1 week, except if you are sick or.
yep,
Yeah, when you travel, you go on holidays. We keep doing the online wherever you go. You started the qigong things, and I think I'm not missing any. That's our at least, and you are aware of. And I think it's okay. No, no, no. It's time to love more myself. I'm gonna take care of myself, and
definitely.
giving more self-respect to.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think that's
yeah,
fantastic. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your to share your experience or your
Uh,
testimonial about your knee pain and the way you have been dealing with that. I think is inspiration for other people, for those that are thinking, "Oh, I can't do anything."
Life is over. My life is over. I'm
Yeah,
suddenly old. Nah, it's not
nah,
true. It's
not
not
true.
true. Thank you for the part that you played in that as well,
Uh,
because you
my,
were
my pleasure.
always there and you adjusted. You went on this journey with me, and it was really wonderful to have you there. I couldn't have. I I I don't think I'd be feeling as good today as I do if it wasn't for you. Because of course I talked to you
Thank
about
you.
all these
Yeah, yeah,
things I
yeah.
was all the way through. So I had I had you as my buddy as I was doing all these different things, as well as my wonderful trainer. So
Thank you, Narelle. I really appreciate. Yeah, it's being amazing.
I
Yeah, and
just
I've been learning
wish
so
I
much with
just
you.
wish I could wish for some massages. That would have been
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The technology, maybe in 10 years, with 20,
Maybe,
we'll have that option online massage, but not now yet.
yeah, yeah.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much, Noel.
You're welcome.